Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Brad's Workbench. Today I am going to be installing or reinstalling Windows 10 on a basic PC machine. This is a mini PC. It has all the same features as a standard desktop. It's just easier to show you everything on screen as I'm doing everything right in front of you. But first thing you're going to need to reinstall Windows to the next version or the latest version if you're having issues upgrading is a flash drive. Well, all you gotta do is stick it into your machine, and if it's brand new you'll get a pop-up saying let's format it, or it'll be a empty window. But let's take a look. So here is your standard desktop. It's a fresh install already, but just to show you everything, I'm going to perform everything right in front of you. It's maybe a long live stream depending on how long it's going to take to download Windows and install it. So let's give it a shot. So I have a browser open. Or let's get the browser open right here. Yeah, I see it. So where I go is I just go to Google and I type in Windows 10 download, and you'll see all these things. But where you want to go is right here to this link where it says software download Windows 10, but yeah, download Windows 10. You're going to see where it says update now or create installation media. You want to download this installation media tool creation program. So as soon as you open it, it's going to ask you a few things. Pretty basic questions like let me see. There we go. Basically, there's your agreement. Alright. Where's my screen? There it is. So we want to use this create installation media thing right here. It's okay to use the recommended if you're using it on the same computer, but if you're on a 32-bit machine and you need to, or OS, and you need to upgrade to the next one, or if you're doing it for another machine, I would click on both and then try to install 64-bit first and then 32-bit to see which one is usable. 64-bit is just a bit faster for how many processes it can run in a different hexadecimal code. But I'm just going to use the recommended. So since we're doing it to a flash drive, we're going to actually use the USB flash drive, and we can't find one. So that means my flash drive is not formatted yet. or it's formatted for Mac. So let me fix that real quick. There's my drive. So let's just pretend I inserted a brand new unpackaged drive. Almost there. This is really the hard part. Waiting. I just updated or punched up the bitrate on the video quality, so it should be playing better. So this is the kind of microphone I'm using. Well, I'll just go over to this. I'm using an Amazon Basics microphone. It was, I think, $15, and they're made for cameras, and they had a little clip that goes on for your camera. And I pair it with a Chinese microphone amplifier for my computer. So I just, it sounds pretty good, I think. If not, let me know. Alright, back to this. so the flash drive is ready. Finish. Alright. Let's eject this bad boy. I'm in the way. Ugh. Where? I am totally in the way. Let me move myself. There I am. So I'm just ejecting this drive. This one right here. So let's get it done. What do I want to do next, honestly? Oh yeah, I'm going to reinstall on the same drive, I guess. So let's go back over to the screen. So whenever you restart your machine, you're going to want to hold down Shift. Alright, so I have to switch. So I'm going to hold down Shift. And then I'm going to tell it to power button, still holding down Shift, and restart. After you hit restart, you can let go of the Shift. So it brings you to this. And what we're going to do is go to Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, Startup Settings. Yeah, Startup Settings. No. Where is it at? Alright, so reset this PC would be your best option, but I want to use the flash drive. Alright, let's boot it up with the F1 button or whatever. Let's try to get it to pop up. So, where's my boot hotkey? It literally pops up in the first second. F8. Did I get it? Yeah. There we go. SanDisk. So it's flashing the blue light on my. Yep. So go to next. Install. So whenever you do this process, you want to make sure you have everything backed up. This means your important files, your documents, settings, because this process, the way I do it, is going to delete everything. This is a good way to clean out your entire drive, I guess, before you donate it, or if you just want to start fresh completely with the latest version of Windows 10 without any hiccups in the updates. Alright, so a cool trick about Windows 10 is the product key is actually embedded through the hardware ID on the motherboard. So if you change out the motherboard, you're going to have to type in your product key. But this has already been activated. This motherboard is, so Windows 10 will reactivate it for me, determined on the hardware ID on this motherboard. So I don't need to have a product key for doing this. I have Windows 10 Home. As you can see, it gave me options for other versions of Windows. So whatever activated version you have determines on that. Here, I'll go back and show you. So if I had the Windows 10 Pro activated on this motherboard before, that would auto activate. But if you have Home and activated it on this, it would activate. But they're not backwards compatible. If you activate Home and Pro, I believe you can install either or, and either or would activate. But you would need to buy both copies. So Home. This is the license agreement. Oh, and doing it like this will also verify if your motherboard is pre-activated with that version, as long as you connect to the internet. So we want to do a custom install. This will show me what's on this drive inside my computer. So I want to delete everything, like I said. Just select one, highlight it, delete. And what you're going to be left with is one drive. If you only have one drive, if you have multiple drives, you're going to make sure you're deleting the right drive to install on. Hello. Alright, so we'll install the empty drive there. So I'm installing on a Samsung solid state drive, and this is an Intel Core i3, so it's not going to take too much time to actually do the installation. Downloading and flashing the drive is probably the same amount of time as installing for this computer. So it's asking me to restart, or it's going to auto restart. I just let auto restart. At this point, I can actually unplug the drive. It isn't needed anymore. You'll be greeted with these series of messages saying it's getting ready and stuff like that. just restarted after finishing the updates, finishing the original installation. The thing with the USB is just copies the files and tells it to boot into that thing, and then that does the install. Then it's actually gonna. There we go. Get ready. Just a moment. So we'll just click next because I am in the USA. I'm in the US, or I have a US keyboard. I don't have another kind of keyboard. So it says, let's add your account. But I don't want to use a Microsoft account. It doesn't look like it gives me an option to bypass it. Does it? No. And that's because I am plugged into the internet here. So I'm going to disconnect this. No internet for this guy. So I'll just go back. And then it's going to say who's going to use this PC. I'm just going to type in YouTube is going to use this PC. And then I'll just push enter with no password, and that's not going to give it any password at all. I just agreed with all the other stuff. Feel free to read it. Almost there. And we're right back where we started. So to really finish this up, I need to go to updates. So go to settings, type the word update in, and oh wait, activate. It's not activated. Plug my good old-fashioned fast Ethernet cord in. And if this is your home network, click yes. If you're out of, copy shop, click no. And it says it's activated, Windows 10. Now updates. So I'll hit the Windows key for just about everything in my videos. So if I hit Windows key and I say I'm going to go to disk management, I'm going to start with the Windows key, like disk mgmt.msc. Is that it? Oh, disk mgmt.msc. So that's disk management. So you can just, that's really just an easy way to get to places. So updates, check for updates. Click on this. It shouldn't be too many updates since I downloaded the latest version. They do pretty good with handling snapshots and having all the updates in the snapshots. So it's pretty good so far for their update system. There we go. So we have additional updates right here. I like to click on that right after an install and go to this drop down. This is going to give you hardware driver installs that you may need for your machine, like if your camera's not there or something. So which ones do I want to install? I am actually going to install all of them. Download and install. So what that did was it completely refreshed or deleted all the current updates that it was just doing and restarted the whole process, prioritizing the drivers. What does this say over here? Yeah, you know, I'm going to click on maybe later. So your display will flicker, you know. If you don't want your machine to restart in the middle of you when you're working on it and do updates, then as soon as you turn on your computer, go check for updates, because then it won't need to do updates after, you know, just saying. Your PlayStation, whenever it boots up, was the first thing it did, updates. So, food for thought. More updates. I can spell it right. I think we should install some antivirus while it's doing updates. Oh, let's install Chrome too. No, let's sign in and sync data. Nah. Google.com/Chrome. Oh, that doesn't work anymore. So it's chrome.google.com. Hey, it is /Chrome. What the heck? There's updates. Oh, it's installing updates. So we got Google. What was I saying earlier? Oh yeah, antivirus. So Avast offline installer. This is how I like to get Avast. Click on search Avast offline installer, and then go to the ENUS installation files link and select your version. So there's two sides here, online and offline. The offline is the one that I want. The reason why it's online and offline is because of this right here. This little tiny thing is poking at. The file size for the offline is huge versus the online version, because the online version fetches only what it needs. The offline has additional programs with it, come with it, just like the online version one does, except it downloads those as they're needed. just like to install Malwarebytes. So this is actually my personal computer. What's in nothing? Nothing's really advanced for those options. Don't install the browser guard. Don't install any browser edition add-ons, whatever. Back to AVAS because that was a bigger download. See, it took like a second to boot up because I had to extract a couple gigabytes worth of data, browser definitions and whatnot. Yeah, but like whenever I say it's the offline version, it comes with a big, huge set of definitions too. So that way, if you're not connected to the internet, then you can't download the definitions, and they change all the time. Definitions from AVAS, they update daily, if not hourly, definitely weekly. So I'm going to uncheck this down here at the bottom, say no. I clicked on customize there to customize this install. I'm going to click on minimal protection, and I'm going to go ahead and sneak in Mail Shield and say install, because I may do email on this machine, but I always use the minimum, and the reason why is because all those other programs, they're paid, which however, if you do like the program, I suggest paying for the program, especially if you want the additional support and features and stuff like that. Is that it? Still installing updates. What's down here? Oh, yeah, AVAS. So AVAS is installing in this corner right here. And if you hover over the bar, it tells you what exactly it's doing. So if it ever gets stuck, you would kind of know. You're protected. So you can click on the X up here, make it go away, I think. Yeah. So, see how there's little locks on here? That's what I'm talking about. Those extra checkboxes that got removed are those pre-installed. That installs these right here. So, all we're really aiming for is the virus protection, which helps out a lot. Anything you download gets scanned by this. However, we also have Malwarebytes. Malwarebytes is a program is a paid program as well, and the features they limit you on is automatic scanning and scheduled scanning and automatic this and automatic that. So if you want to use it for free, you just got to do everything manually. So let's get started. Maybe later. So it gave me a premium trial, which teases me. So I'll just go to the settings and click on account. I'll click on deactivate. Then click yes. This is the always free version now. So it shouldn't pop up saying, oh, you're expired. So a scan has never been ran. So let's fix that. Move my little icons down. I like seeing the Bluetooth. Alright, let's get rid of this. I just clicked on settings there. So I right clicked it, it popped up and it had settings. Settings tab. And click on that little checkbox that says start OneDrive automatically when I sign in. So make sure that's not checked anymore. And then that will go away. And then we'll close OneDrive. Alright, one process removed. What is meat? Hide? Okay. So we haven't done a scan yet. Let's go ahead and scan. Alright, real-time protection. See what I mean by real-time versus you have to just do it yourself? That's the difference right there. This little premium corner. Alright, so click on start. It's a fresh computer. It shouldn't have anything on it. Unless, you know, Windows is bad. Maybe Windows itself. Just playing. Every computer technician has jokes about their operating systems. So it's done. Got rid of the little exclamation on it too. Alright, so that's pretty much it on this episode of reinstalling Windows 10 at Brad's Workbench.